Hello, adventurers! I am Zed with Deathgaze Gaming, and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV tips, tricks, guides, and other shenanigans. We are here today with Zelkar. Yes, thank you for the salute, Zelkar. And what we're going to do is we are going to open and very briefly do a high-level overview of the Palace of the Dead. First of all, what is the Palace of the Dead? This is a randomly generated dungeon. They call it a roguelike. It's basically kind of a game within a game within Final Fantasy. And you get experience running it, but you know, most of what you're doing this for is for all the different little weapons and other miscellaneous toys that you can get as treasure. You're hunting for treasure. So that's what we're going to do today. So we are in Gridania. We are at the Carline Canopy, and we're going to pick up the quest to open it up. Now the quest is a level 17 quest, and in order to have this show up, you need to have gotten to level 17 and also have gotten to the level 17 main storyline quest and finish Copperbell Mines, and then turn that quest in. So the quest that, you know, opens up that dungeon, so finish the dungeon, turn that in. So you can legitimately, on a new character, pick this up at level 17. Alright. This guy has a glut of gossip he's been dying to share with someone. If you're poking around looking for work, you must be an adventurer too. Am I right? You won't find much here, I'm afraid. Seems the only thing people talk about these days is a nasty bit of business down near Isomhar. Surely you've heard the stories of a strange portal suddenly appearing in the ruins down there. Really? Hey, don't give me that look. I'm only telling you what I overheard from the whalers. They say on the other end of it is some sort of a labyrinth. The thing is, every time they go down to the map to map the place out, nothing's the same. A mystery, if I've ever heard one. Frankly, I'm more than happy to let it stay a mystery. Strange apparitions, booby-trapped corridors. Going down there is nothing short of suicide. Still, the prospect of treasure is awe-inspiring. Don't take my word for it, though. Head down to Isomhar, and you can hear it straight from the Chocobo's mouth. Really, I'm going to talk to a Chocobo? Okay. Alright. So, speak with the Woodwhaler Expeditionary at Isomhar in South Shroud. So let's head to Quarry Mill. And here's the Woodwhaler Expeditionary. I'm sorry, but I must insist that you... Oh, an adventurer, and a rather seasoned-looking one besides. Is that a compliment or an insult? On the off chance you're not simply here to gawp, perhaps you could lend us a hand. You see, despite the fervent protestations... Somebody's been opening the thesaurus again. Of those Duskwights over there, we cannot permit civilians within the ruins at this time. Capable men and women like you, on the other hand, are far more welcome. That is, if you got the stones for it. Pray seek out the others stationed at Quarry Mill. They can praise you of the details. Alright, so, back to Quarry Mill. We'll do it the quick way. Quarry Mill. Wood Whaler Expeditionary Captain. Well, met adventurer. I take it you have come to learn more of the recent happenings at Isur Har. The site of interest owing to the Gelmoran ruins, Gelmora being an underground city which predates Gridania, in case you were unaware. Any road, a few days past, we received reports from several oh my god. We received reports from a bunch of consonants and vowels that a magic kill gateway of some sort had appeared in the ruins, and all manner of creatures were coming and going through it. My men and I were among the first to examine it, and well, it's hard to explain. We crossed the threshold into a set of corridors we'd never seen before, and then suddenly, each and every one of us was filled with an inexplicable sense of dread. It was all we could do to even take a single step. According to Una Kotar, who accompanied us, the ruins are warded with powerful magics that sap the spirits and ether of all who enter, rendering them easy prey for the creatures within. Thankfully, he's managed to devise a solution. Aetherpill arms and armor which safeguard and channel the wielder's energies, that they might withstand the ruins' magics. Fortunately, it does little to prevent us from losing our way. Though it beggars belief, every time we have dared to venture into the ruins, we have found the path to be changed. We suspect that this too may be the work of an unfathomably powerful mage. Needless to say, something strange is afoot, and traditional tactics are not like to suffice. Even experienced adventurers will need to proceed with caution. In any event, if you believe you have what it takes to brave the ruins and discover what lies in the deepest depths, you need but say the word. Alright, and I think I'll pick the necklace here. Palace of the Dead is now accessible. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to do the first level, and I'll kind of just, like I said, I'll describe a high-level overview. And then when we come back out, I'll kind of explain the other things you can do out here. So these other two people, you've got the Expedition Bishop, and this person is what, when you find bags of treasure, she basically opens the bags for you and gets you goodies. And then Una Kotar here is the person who sells various goodies. So you can find, there's a currency called pot shards. You can find them, and he will sell like kind of basic stuff for that, as well as he's got a pet, well, two pets, and a mount. So you may want to keep track of how many of these things you find. Later on, you can use your Aetherpool gear to get another currency, and that is what buys the cosmetic weapons from him. So, all right. So when you talk to the Wood Whaler, this is basically the key guy to get into the dungeon. So you have to come talk to him. You can't do this through the Duty Finder. When you click on him, it shows it. This is your current level of your Aetherpool gear. Now, this gear can only be used in the dungeon, and you can't really take it off. It's not like stuff you can't even like put it in your inventory. It only shows up when you're in the dungeon. So the choices are, you can enter the Palace of the Dead. You get 2 save slots. So there's reset your progress, to basically reset one of your save slots. I'm sorry. Reset your progress is to reset the progress of a run back to like level 1. Disband a fixed party is to get rid of the save slot. And view your scores. So you can run the palace as any class with the exception of Blue Mage. So you can run this as a healer, you can run it as a tank, and the dungeon basically adjusts itself to whatever you are. Okay, so enter the palace. So notice we have 2 save slots, so we're going to use save slot 1. And then they give you a choice of entering with a fixed party or enter with a matched party. Now, a matched party is basically like using the dungeon finder. So if you click on this, what the game will do, it will match you with 3 other people. So a full run is 4 people. It will match you with 3 other people that are going to the same floor as you are. So whenever you start a run, you can start a run at the very beginning on either level 1 or level 50, and then you save your progress. Like a quote-unquote run is 10 floors. So if you've saved at floor 10 and you say enter with a matched party, it's going to try to put you at floor 11 with a group of people who also have floor 11 picked. I haven't actually used this yet. I go fixed party. I either do it solo or I do it with friends. So I'm going to say enter with a fixed party, and then it basically just asks, is that really what you want to do? And then this says, is that really what you want to do? You say yes. All right, level 1. And there's a little cutscene. Now, the first thing to note is this scales you, whatever class you're in. If you start at level 1, it scales you to level 1. Any levels that you get inside the dungeon convert to XP, outside the dungeon, but they are only saved inside the dungeon. So I am now a level 1 archer, and your abilities match your level. So as I get more levels, I will, get more of my abilities to open up. And in fact, I can get abilities in here. I can get higher than my outside level. So if I open up, I can't see that, can I? Yeah, I can. So like, I currently don't have barrage, but if I level to 38 inside this dungeon, I can pick up barrage. And in fact, I can pick up... Oops. Let's kill this thing. Sitting here chatting. I can pick up... So I can pick up abilities that I do not have outside the dungeon. And again, they only work inside the dungeon. So you notice I just got to level 2. And I picked up... the straight shot ability. So up here on the upper right, this is the map. This is our Aether Pool level. There's 3 different kinds of chests. There's bronze chests, which just give you buffs. Silver chests give you Aether Pool levels. So now my Aether Pool arm is at +5. So we're going to continue running the dungeon here, so you'll notice that this starts opening up, and okay, so that gets us to level 2 or level 3. So if you notice up here, you can go right, you can go left. We're going to start by going right. And I'll come back and explain what that is, the glowing thing over there in the corner, in a second. There are traps in here. You can't see the traps unless you get a special item to show them. The traps will not kill you, but they cause a lot of trouble. Oh. Okay, so we got a level, and we just walked over a piece of the Accursed Horde. We will show you what this is later. Your counter for the horde is down here. This is what, when you go outside and you talk to the bishop, she makes that into treasure. So you open up the treasure coffer here and you get buffs. These are called pomanders. There's a whole bunch of different ones you can get. They don't do anything until you click on them. So we're going to click on this. It says decreases the number of enemies on the next floor. You can only hold 3 of each type. So once you've found the third one, you might as well, you know, unless it's something you use at a specific point, you might as well click on it so that the next one you can actually pick up. If you have 3 and you find another one, you won't be able to pick it up. Okay. This is a Cairn of Return. You have to kill a number of monsters to get this to light up. This only works in a party, and what this does is this is a resurrect. If a party member dies in the dungeon, this is how you resurrect them. You can't resurrect them. They don't automatically resurrect like you know you would otherwise. So you must be resurrected. And it looks like did I miss a chest? No, there's a chest over there. Okay. Oh, and I just hit a trap, didn't I? Yes. All right. That's not a bad one, though. I pretty much ignore that one. Enervation. Okay, we got another Pomander. Pomander of Safety. Removes all traps from the current floor. Well, we've already finished the floor, if you look at the map up here. So we're not going to use this now. We're going to use this on the next level. This is called the Cairn of Return. You have to kill like a percentage of the monsters on the floor to get this to activate. This is what gets you to the next floor. It will not work if you are in combat. You step in. This gets you to the next floor. Okay. We're going to use the Pomander. Now we're going to use the Pomander Safety. We're going to clear all the traps from this floor. All right. Those are the basics. So what we're going to do at this point, we're going to pause the video. I'm going to finish the run. I'm going to run from, I'm going to clear all the floors up to the boss floor. There's a boss every 10 levels, and that's where you end the run. And we'll restart up the video at that point in time. And so we'll go through the process of killing a boss and then going back outside and turning in our treasure. So let me make sure I'm currently not being attacked here. Okay, I will see you at the boss. All right, we're back. So we've cleared 9 levels of the dungeon. We're at level 10, and we're at the boss. We've managed to find some upgrades. So our Aether Pool, our arm is now plus 10. Our armor is now plus 15. We've been finding some Pomanders as we go along. We've been using things like the Pomander Safety to remove traps. We came up with a total of 2 pieces of the Accursed Horde, which we will use when we get out of here. This one, by the way, any of the Pomanders that transform monsters don't work on the bosses. And then we've got 2 buffs up here that we're going to use right now, which is the Pomander of Strength. This increases damage dealt and healing recovered. And the Pomander of Steel decreases damage received by 40%. Okay, and these are 7-minute buffs. And we're going to go after the boss. Basically, the bosses in here follow, I would call it, a lot of the basic rules of Get out of the AoE, kill the ads, etc., etc. All right, so we're going to get up our... We've gotten to level 21. So we now have like Venomous Bite, we've got Bloodletter, we've got Straight Shot Activation. So we've got the basics of our rotations. We're going to start off here with a Venomous Bite. We're going to hit our buff as we go in. All right, let's roll. Okay, stay out of the AoE. Get out of that. Okay, we're going to hit a sustaining potion here. We've been finding these as we go through. This is something that only works in the Palace of the Dead. All right, let's get our buff back up. We can't dodge this. This is just eat it. All right. So when you kill a boss, you get an automatic increase to your Aether Pool arm and armor. Note these can go up to plus level 99. All right. So you come over here. The run is done. We had 60 minutes to do the run. We finished it in just a little bit over 30 minutes. So doing a run takes about 30 minutes. Get a little cutscene here. There is a little story that goes along with it. I won't say anything about the story. We'll let you experience that at your leisure. Okay, now this room is just the entry and exit. Entry lets you go to the next level of dungeon, so that would be like level 11. We're just going to exit. So this saves our progress, so we are now saved to that. If you come over, just to confirm this, if we talk to the Wood Whaler again, so you'll see this is my levels of Aether Pool arm and armor. If I go enter the Palace of the Dead, you now see that in my save slot it says floor 11 and me, and I'm a bard. So you can't, once you start a run, you can't change classes. So we have the pieces of the Accursed Horde transformed to bronze trimmed sacks. So we're going to talk to the bishop. We did get we found a whole bunch of sustaining potions. This is one of the reasons you can run as like DPS classes. Healing is not a problem in this place. Only works in Palace of the Dead. And if you really want more, you can get more from Iuna Kotar. So let's talk to the bishop. You ventured into the ruins, yes? Have you happened upon any peculiar bags shut tight by the magics of the place? If you know the value of these treasures, bring them to me, and I shall break the seal that binds them closed. Appraise a piece of the Accursed Horde. Yes. So, we have... There are bronze-trimmed, silver-trimmed, and gold-trimmed, and basically these come from the different levels. So like levels 1 through, I think it's 1 through 50 drop the bronze trimmed. Open, yes. Okay, so we got a little flame tracer here. This is fireworks, basically. Fireworks is kind of the default, I'll call it, you know, general run-of-the-mill stuff. And we got more fireworks. So we didn't get anything cool this run, but there are all kinds of different things in here. Pets and pieces of glamour. There's interesting glamour that you can only get through doing this. And all kinds of other stuff. Furniture and stuff like that. So if you want to go... I think the wiki kind of gives an explanation of all the different things you can get. But basically this is kind of the default. Okay. So now if we come over here and talk to y una. Okay, so exchange artifacts we looked at before. We didn't find any pot shards. These are random things you can occasionally find in the treasures. We didn't find any of these. These normally come from like the higher levels. So the only thing that I think, let's see, request. Okay. What this does is you're able to buy weapons from him. If you remember when I was in the dungeon, I was using a bow that was, this white glowing bow. That set of weapons, like the white glowing weapons, you can buy from him. He sells 2 sets of weapons. The first set is the white glowing set. You have to get to level 50 in order for him to let you buy it. The second set is a red set. You have to get to level 100 to open that up. So what he's saying here is, I will not sell you the weapons. You must first clear level 50. All right. Now the last is Forge an Aether Pool Grip. This is what we're going to do. You wish to siphon strength from your Aether Pool arm for outside the Palace of the Dead. Oh, yes. He won't do this until you clear level 50. So what this does is you lose 10 levels on your arm and your armor, and you get back a currency, what's called a grip. You need 3 grips to turn in order to get the level 50 weapons from him. You need 6 grips to turn in to get the level 100 weapons. So this is where the currency and the whole, like, you continue running it come in, the grind, so to speak. So this is what you're really trying to do. So I won't be able to get to any of these until I clear level 50, but as you can see, we just cleared 10 levels and only took a half an hour. So you can actually get relatively far in this pretty quickly. All right, that is how to open the Palace of the Dead and the very brief overview of how it works. I will add in a link to the bottom of this video that gets you to the wiki page, and there are people, of course, who have put up way more in-depth videos with all kinds of different information and things like boss tactics for some of the higher level bosses, etc., etc. But today I just wanted to give you a sense of how do you get it open, how do you do it, and what are the kind of the high level rewards from it. All right, I hope everybody enjoyed the guide. Please do all the things. Leave a like, subscribe. All that stuff helps me with the YouTube algorithm. If there's anything that you would like to see in the future, please leave it down in the comment section and I will get to it as soon as I can. And otherwise, I hope you have a great day.